And hello and welcome to the Tuesday night 7 p.m. stream for Sleuths in Waterdeep on Adventure Highway. My name is Blake Komar and I am the Dungeon Master for this evening. I would like to start introductions for our cast for the evening. First and foremost, right to my right, we have Sarah. Tell us about your character and yourself.
Hey, my name's Sarah Massa. I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger who is also a cowboy and the mother of a manticore baby named Eugene. And last week, apparently, I was also a marionette for a fire giant. So we'll see how this week goes.
Yeah. You were passed out, so I mean, you were not going to remember much of it at all. You're probably going to have to ask the
Still,
party what happened.
It's always my favorite part.
Yeah,
Pointing
is
at Steve.
waking up the
Part
next
of
morning.
Time to make up stories.
Just next to her on the window, we now have Brogan, or we have Kyle. Tell us about your character.
My character is Brogan Naked Eye, the greatest PI to ever exist in any of the 9 realms, as we all know. Last week, I had a glorious time becoming my second favorite profession, which is obviously a master spice chef for all the fire giants and for everybody else. And I will continue to do so as the master sleuth can also find all the best ingredients.
Perfect. And Steve, why don't you tell us about, or Nick, why don't you tell us about your character?
Yeah, my name is Nick.
Sorry.
I play the barbarian Steve Froman, former deli manager, kind of just your average like middle-aged white guy stuck trying to be a hero. I'm currently space pregnant with a force ghost in my head, trying to rectify all these situations, I guess. And I put on a heck of a show last week, singing. You guys should check it out.
Perfect. You
Seal.
did amazing. You and
Seal and Bohemian Rhapsody. It was
amazing.
it was
No one
strong
knew you
stuff.
had it in you to sing in a creepy boy choir, but you did. It was
I
the
did.
most eloquent creepy boy choir we have ever heard.
That's
Highest pitch. Really just brought a tear to everyone's eye.
For
and-
one reason or another, I'm sure it did.
Yeah. Brittany, tell us about your character.
I am Brittany Reichma. I play the Bowsmith Artificer Zari, who is the commander of AAA, and she's just watching this chaos, questioning everything, and trying to set the rules so no one dies.
Yeah, we're finding there's so many more rules, and you pulled off a great heist last week. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of our players who are awesome here. We are stoked to always bring you the show. I'd also like to thank some of the people who messaged us. Again, I would like to thank for your input, Stephen in South Africa, Jess in Kansas, and a few other people who have been really amazing about giving us ideas. Please message us, hit us on Twitter, comment. You'll get some shout outs from us, and we'd love to hear your suggestions. So always growing and always learning more. So thank you all for that. A recap of last week would be we found ourselves leaving the ashen tree in the distance after getting orders essentially that you need to find multiple items around the land. You needed to find a shield with the fire giants that you were able to get as Zari was able to sneak the shield out from under in the cage while a party was thrown by Brogan, and Steve sung beautifully in a choir. I will say that
generic white song Steve was missing was Cotton Eye Joe. It was like Bohemian Rhapsody, Seal. Like, I mean, how many other generic white songs does Steve kind of crush?
Next was going to be Journey. You know it was coming if it had to.
Either that or
Stairway to Heaven.
Crush them all. And so Carl was passed out upon the sight of seeing Zelda and Master Splinter again. Zelda did get back with Hildy, her ex, which was really great for everyone. It was a love story. We were wondering, will they, won't they? They finally did after we did park enough people outside her ex's house, which was always her plan in the first place, was to take the group in front of her ex's house.
Let's get
Um,
weird.
Truly the Ross and Rachel saga of Adventure Highway.
It really was.
Let's get weird all day, baby. Good job, Slignir.
Everyone, yeah, as he finally does, he has 8 legs, but no ability to take this shirt off. So he's still wearing the Keeping It Weird banner. Let's party.
I'm leaving it on.
Yeah, you're just
I forgot we put that shirt on it.
He was like, my shame will never let me recover, and I'm like, that's fine. And here we go. And I just placed
Yeah,
it
I
there.
think it was when you
It's
asked
like-
him, "Would you like to wear this?" and he says, "No, I have dignity," and you put it on him anyway.
He
Um,
put it- as he was finishing the word dignity, the shirt was going over his head.
It's like when people dress their cats and the cats just look angry and like they want to kill you. I'm like, it's fine, Slignir.
Oh yeah.
Hush, hush.
So he's still wearing a banner. As Carl wakes, we will start this. It is now early. It is before dusk. As Carl, you start to wake, seeing the party start to wake up before all of everyone else in the camp starts to wake. There was a plan formulated at the Fire Giants that they were going to wake in the morning and march and go attack Jörgmundor and go take on the dragon in the mountain. As it seems that all these factions that have now embarked upon Ysgard have started to fight each other, which is part of what's going on in Ysgard right now, and part of Ragnarok, is they're all going to be fighting each other. And they were going to be launching an attack. And I think our party had decided that they were going to leave early and try and sneak out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, because we're holding contraband at this point. We've got that
Yeah.
stolen shield.
Yep, you do have the
would
stolen
never-
Berserker shield. So
would
yeah,
never sneak away
Carl,
from
you're
Zelda.
starting to wake, seeing them starting to prep everything, getting everything together. And as you wake, you see on the bed across the way, you see first on one side of the tent, there are 4 slave cages with all of the slaves sleeping with giant smiles on their faces after they gave an amazing boy choir performance the night before.
Good.
Um,
So as Carl's starting to wake up, I'm assuming still with ropes around her wrists and around her
oh yeah, they're
ankles.
being
I'm
puppet
gonna
masters.
say, so there's some bad news about what happened with the Fire Giants last night. I don't want you to look at those ropes and think anything too weird happened.
Carl's gonna be really groggy and just be like, "What?" and then look at hers and be like looking around as what the hell's going on? Be like, "What did you make me do?"
It wasn't so much what we made you do as what Zelda made you do, and it was very tasteful through the whole way. I promise.
It's only weird if you make it weird. It's fine. And I start undoing all the ropes. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
Two of the
Just
slaves.
really confused and it's just like, "Can we get out of here now?"
Zara was here the whole time. It wasn't that bad.
As walking up behind you, Zari, almost like give me a perception really quick, Zari. Tell me what your perception comes up as.
No.
As you roll a perception check. Because you guys are just packing up quietly, trying to make sure Zelda and Hildy don't hear you, as they have actually spent the night in Hildy's tent. So you don't hear it, and all of a sudden a voice from behind you, Zari, comes out. Hey, we took you up on your offer. We hear you can be our masters now.
Oh God, Brogan!
Looking at you on this one, Zara, this is not Brogan's fault. All right, you nerds. And I snap my fingers and I point at the nerds and I go all Gordon Ramsay. I'm like, all right, this is how we're going to do this. Everyone shut up. Untie Carl. And then get on the back of the horse. Not Slegnir. He's for people that get weird. Argyle.
Sounds great. And as both this elf and this dwarf walk over to you, Carl, as you're sitting there, as everyone's starting to untie, they start untying also, and they say, "Well, Master Carl, pleasure to meet you. We're your new slaves, by the way. My name is number 1. This is number 2. We're here for your needs."
Number 1 and 2.
And I'm just gonna look at everyone else and be like, "When the hell did we get slaves?"
No, but
They're
I feel
like
like they
our
need
brothers,
better
Zara.
names than number 1 and number 2. Did you guys have any names in your previous lives?
Well, about 8 months ago, all of a sudden, a branch from the ashen tree had just fallen on our village. We lived in the city of Easting, and we weren't really good at much, to be honest. we were pretty much drunkards. But to tell you the truth, once we started slavery, we really took a knack to it. We were just really good at it.
Great. Okay.
All right, so I guess we're gonna call you Tall and Short, and we'll figure out names for later. For right now, you are Tall and Short.
Fantastic,
yeah,
Master Brogan. You
yeah.
always know what to say.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna give these guys the best names.
Tall
Short
and
guy
short
though
work-
be tall, and the tall guy be short.
Yeah, exactly. The elf
Yes.
is short and the dwarf is tall.
Oh,
Name them
thank
both.
you.
Name
Take
them
care of your
both
bags.
Daryl.
Oh my god, yeah, we have to give them the same awful name. Oh my god, yes, please. I love that, Steve. We're gonna give them both the same awful name. Quick,
Because
who's
that
the
won't
most
cause
annoying
confusion.
character in the office? No, I'm kidding.
All right, so I'm gonna get Slegnir ready to go. Do we have to do anything special? Because we're headed to. Are we gonna actually follow them to the dragon cave, like in secret?
No, I think we're going out ahead. I think they told us because we
To-
spoke about it with Zelda last time, and we're just going.
We're just going.
Mhm.
Okay.
We have literally left Zelda in the dust now for like the 4th time coming up here.
I
She's
think
gonna
it's
have
for the
some real
best.
abandonment issues with us as friends.
Because you know it's absolutely not going to work out between her and her girlfriend, and then she's going to be back on that Carl wagon, and we need to get Carl out of here.
I mean that
Yeah, we
that
need
or
to burn
Carl
that
passes
wagon
out,
real
and then
quick.
she beelines for Zari. Either way, we're safe, Steve, because we're all about family. But everyone else,
As soon
I
as
don't
you
know.
say that, my axe lights up, and I give you an angry look.
The slaves are like glowing with the family sign, and we're like, yeah. Everybody's glaring at me. So
I'd like to think you say it enough times in one day, and the axe starts to play EDM music as well.
as we're untying and getting ready to go, I reach into the fire giant fridge very carefully, and I grab their largest bottle of booze because I'm not leaving without anything. So
Sure.
that's hard BS that we're gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna cook for everyone and not get anything.
Fire wine.
Oh god.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fire wine. Oh god.
The fire wine works. You can definitely grab the fire wine. As you do so, you start packing up, and they grab all of the bags for you guys, and you see that they literally don't have any bags. The tall and short don't have any bags, respectively, on the opposite names,
Perfect.
of course, for their heights. But so they're just ready to carry your bags and go. They're just wearing rags and kind of snow sandals, and kind of like they have a fur draped over their back each, and are ready to go.
Do the fire giants? They must just out of sheer logistics have horses and like carts around here somewhere, don't they?
they're kinda big.
They
You
do
know
have horses
horses?
and carts. Yeah.
Can
Really?
we steal
Horses?
a cart? Can we steal a cart? Is there
Yeah,
like
you
a
can
cart?
definitely
Around?
try.
There's just a
Sure.
lot of people to be riding 2 horses at this point. We have a whole
Yeah.
entourage.
Well, the
collected.
eight-legged horse
there
can
a
carry 2 more
human-sized
people,
horse?
so you can carry 4 on the eight-legged horse if you want.
On the
No,
bright
this
side-
is my comfy ride. Well, me and Carl's, and I'll point at Carl.
On the bright side, the kittens are gone now. The kittens are gone. The summon is over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I
Aw.
can find a cart, which I'm gonna unceremoniously strap to Slignir, which I know he'll love. He seems like the carting type.
Yeah, you can grab one. Give a perception around to see if you're noticing any of the fire giants in the camp.
For sure.
Well,
I'd be happy
while
to.
he's doing that, I'm gonna look over
Not great.
Argyle and be like, Argyle, see, royalty doesn't carry carts. You're right on your way to being the horse king.
That's
I
right.
will be a horse god one day. You know, Slegnir, he kind of he talks down to me, you know. I liked him as a horse god and all until I met him. Have you ever had that experience with people? You like him until you meet him?
Yeah, you never meet your heroes. I used to know this amazing parking meter, PM 207. I hear all he does now is spit out the worst parking violations. Life's hard.
Yeah, life is hard. Yeah. So one day I'll kill him if I have to. Don't worry, I got this.
Whoa, buddy. Aggressive.
Ow! That took a hard left.
He's such an unstable horse. I warned you people about Argyle.
You're the one who
Teach
wanted to save him.
Argyle
You
how
said
to
it
use
was
a
my
gun.
You
fault.
should have let him take the toaster bath when he wanted to.
Look, he was the
I'm gonna
best little
teach Argyle
battering
how to
ram.
use a gun.
Yeah. I mean, he has hooves. He's looking at his hooves like one hoof at a time. As you mentioned,
Get
teach him
back
how to
into
use a
the
gun.
chaos realm. Make yourself hands, and then you can use the gun.
So do I see any fire giants, or can I just
You with a perception 11 do not see any fire giants around. It doesn't
All
mean
right,
they're
perfect.
not there, but
I'm gonna put on like I work for somebody and I'm supposed to take this cart somewhere, obviously.
Very
I don't
nice.
like how you say that, God. You don't see anyone with your perception. That's not my favorite answer,
And
God.
as
It's a very
each of,
DM
each of the
answer.
slaves grabs one end of the cart before you can even hook it to the horse, and
Okay.
says, "We're ready to go. They'll believe it if we're pulling you."
All right, perfect. I'm gonna sit in the cart as the slaves bring me back. I'm gonna ask them. You guys have any experience with hooking horses to carts?
Yeah, certainly. Once we're out of the camp, and you feel so, we'll stop pulling you. But until you
No, no,
say
no,
so, we'll just keep pulling.
no. That's not what we're gonna do. See that giant horse with 8 legs over there, or 6 legs that looks like his soul has been crushed over the last 24 hours?
A beauty.
Yeah, no, he's beautiful. We need you to strap this to him, please.
And
Take
they
the
look
shirt off
sad
too.
as they look at the ground, and they.
Take the shirt off.
Yeah, we should have them take the shirt off. He's gonna bite someone, you know it. So.
I tell to short because I'm gonna combine them to short. I tell to short as a unit to
As-
take the shirt off.
Sure, it says, "Okay, I'll go take his shirt off, and then we'll bind the the shirt that says it's a party. Let's get weird."
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get near his mouth when you take the shirt off. Trust you guys, you're gonna do great.
Okay, we can definitely
In
do
fact,
that.
in fact,
Close
one of you
with
can
its
wear that
neck.
shirt. That can
That'd
be
be
your
close to
shirt
its
now.
mouth.
So
Okay, I'll put on that shirt. That sounds great. As you look at this dwarf named Tall, he says, "Radio, then we'll bring the cart over and we'll hook it to the horse, and we'll take his shirt." And I found myself a new shirt. This is you masters have been fantastic to me
hey,
already.
whoa, back up, short or tall. You didn't find this. I gave it to you. Don't forget it.
Thank you, Master Nick. Thank you, Master Steve. Master Steve, do you want to hit me?
No, I don't. And please
Oh
don't
my
call me
God.
Master Steve.
Deli manager Steve has gotten aggressive. I'm gonna look at Short
Swings
now,
from the
which is the elf,
pregnancy.
and be like, Short, while he's taking care of the cart, this is your job. And I hand him Eugene. I'm like, you love this thing like it's me. And we're gonna come back and grab it here in a second, but you hold on to him for like 2 minutes, okay? And you pet him and love him.
That sounds great. That sounds great, Master Brogan. You know I'm still lactating. As an elf, an elf male, I can always choose to lactate if I care to.
As he says this, Steve starts dry heaving in the back of the cart.
If you lactate, Short, I will beat you in a not sexy fun way like you're used to. It'll be terrible. Don't do that.
Thank
You'll beat
Hold
the
baby.
lactate out of you.
Just hold the baby for 2 minutes. That's all I want. And then for the 2 minutes while he's holding the baby, I'm gonna run around and be like, okay, Sleipnir's all set, the cart's all set. Make sure Zari's good and AAA's coming. And I'm like, all right, as long as the whole party's ready and we're all in carts or on horses, I rip Eugene from Short because he's a weirdo. Give Eugene to Carl because obviously after past hours she has missed Eugene. Then as soon as everyone's
So
set,
much.
I pull out my giant fire wine jug and I'm like, okay, I don't have to be an adult anymore. This is the worst. You guys figure it out.
We've got a real circus to get on the road here, so I'm gonna as everyone's packing on, I'm assuming Carl's on the back of Sleipnir.
Mhm.
The two slaves
Yeah.
are in the cart with anything else that we need to carry. And Sleipnir hates me and everybody else in his life at this point. I'm gonna start heading for the mountain, I guess.
Anyone else at this point?
As everyone starts heading to the mountain, you see your dwarf back there. He is wearing the shirt that on the one side says "It's a party," the back side says "Let's get weird." As he is now sitting in there wearing his breechcloth. You guys start heading off towards the mountain on horseback, and you see as the sun starts to rise over the mountainside, you see that there's a grouping of dragons flying over the top of this mountain. Now you're going across a snowy tundra as you're moving, and this cart is moving kind of quickly. You're able to get well past the fire giant camp, get far out to the point where you see actually wolf tracks that start to die out. Like they had gone in a different direction, and you can tell that the different direction was kind of over the mountain towards where Fenrar's cave was, where you were instructed where that was another day's travel off. But you're about a day's travel now from where you would uh you're about a day's travel now from uh from I would say the dragons layer, which is going to be Jurgmundor. Sorry, I'm looking at between chat and I'm wondering, is that D20 a lactation roll?
Yes.
18.
Yes, it is. Yes.
A short
I know
starts to
these two.
lactate.
Because I know these two, I said sure.
You want to call it milliliters at that point? He can give 18 milliliters.
Yes.
Oh my god.
If short starts to lactate and I see it, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it. I hope
It's on the shirt. You can't
I
miss.
hope I roll. No. Short is the elf, which is the tall
okay.
one who's not wearing the shirt.
Yeah, short is.
You forget we named them. We named
yeah.
them expertly.
So yeah, you can tell he possibly
Oh,
might have
thank
a
God.
bottle on the side. You don't pick it up, thank gosh, because the whole caravan would have stopped and people would have started getting slapped.
I'm so focused on wondering what happened to Steven Seagal. I have no idea why that guy's nipples are leaking. Not lactating, they're leaking.
I noticed and I'm just like, I'm done. This broke me. I'm done. Goodbye.
Rule number 297: no lactating in the cart.
That's it. We're not
Rule
wearing pants anymore. We're
297.
changing the rules. No, that's a
yeah.
hard and fast rule.
Zari sees it. Carl sees it.
I want to make
Steve
that
isn't
shirt.
looking on purpose.
At one point, I want to make that shirt that Tall is wearing into a two-person shirt so that Tall and Short can share the shirt. Like one of those sweaters that kids were forced to wear when they were like angry at each other, and parents would be like, "Get in the shirt," and you have to like
It's big
be
enough.
next to each other.
It was for
Wait,
the
is that
God
a
of War
thing that I
Swords.
missed somehow? There's like such a thing as a get along shirt?
A get along.
Yeah.
You were
So
a
they'll-
large
it'll be
person
like
growing
shirts
up, so that
sewn
wasn't
together.
an option for
If
you.
not,
It
the
was
get
not
along
an
shirt just got
option.
invented.
Some of us were 5 foot nothing growing up, so that wasn't
Oh,
an option
that
either.
would have just turned into some Thunderdome situation with my sibling.
That's
Tall
what
and
I'm
Short get
saying.
along really well.
The get along shirt. That's what we need.
So
We
they're
need
in
to
one
invent
Two
that
child
now.
enter, one child leave.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Hey,
They've been
Hey,
get along
Tall.
shirted.
Tall, give me a paintbrush. I cross out "Let's get weird" and I put "Get along" shirt on there.
As long as you didn't put "Let's get juicy," because that's where I thought you were going with that.
Now it's gonna.
Yeah, put Juicy
Well,
on
it's
the
not
back
sitting
right
on
now.
anyone's bum, so no.
You can still tramp stamp it or put it on their breechcloth. I mean, it doesn't
No,
somehow
do
make
it.
the get along shirt.
He is leaking people juice at this point. That's
Yeah.
what I was saying.
So glad I'm thinking about Steven Seagal.
The get along shirt does put a stop to as you get along shirt them. It does put a stop to the lactation and filling of the jug, and you can dump it out
Thank
after
God.
18 milliliters have been wet. As you guys get closer
Horrendous.
and closer, you see that there are young dragons all just flying around the top of this mountainside. And as you get closer and closer, the day is starting to wind down further and further. They are both in the get along shirt, kind of enjoying it too much, hugging each other.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's well, just hugs for now. They've never had this kind of freedom. Well, in the last 6 months, they've
I
never
point
had
at
this
everyone else and I'm like, "You did this.
Yeah.
You
I'm like,
did
you
this.
did this.
I wrote on the shirt,
This
but you
is
did this."
directly your fault. You actually invited them.
That's 100% fair. It's You know what? Rogan's big thing is that he always forgets the plan. I didn't do this. I did nothing wrong. I've been drinking all day. It's fine. You're all being silly.
That's it. I'm going to start drinking. Y'all have forced me into this.
Oh my God! Yes, Zari, join the fold.
Zari now starts
Yes.
drinking, which was bound to happen with this crew. As you guys get closer and closer, you see a mountainside in front of you, kind of with a mountainside path that's going to be kind of rocky going up. And it's possible one of those things where you may, it's going to be hard to get the cart going. You can definitely take the horses. It's going to be kind of rough to get up this mountainside with the cart, though, as you're going to need to track higher and higher to the top of this mountain to where Jurgmundor is supposed to be to retrieve this Jurgmundor scale.
I feel like Slignir could like pick up the cart with his front two legs and just walk with the other four.
Possibly. You know what? I'm just gonna do a quick roll to see.
He is a horse god. I mean, technically he's part god. Like, I mean, come
I
on.
rolled for him. He rolled a 4. He's not feeling it. Yeah, he's
No.
just not feeling it. he's just feeling.
So upset about that shirt.
Yeah, he's.
I
He
took
can't
the
wear
shirt
it.
off, you Slegnir, you baby.
Yeah, and he looks back and says, "Yeah, small miracles," and looks back up the mountain, and
We've broken
Brogan's
the
secret-
spirit of the god of horses. I hope we're all proud of
It's
ourselves.
Brogan's secret technique that he breaks
I
the
wasn't
spirit
here.
of
I was
horses.
unconscious.
Ari does not socialize with the horses enough to break their spirit.
I have
He's
literally
Probably Zari
crushed-
are
You
just
guys
minding
made
their
them
own
talk.
business.
I have crushed Argyle and now the god of horses. There isn't a horse on any realm that I can't crush. I will make you sad and hate yourself. I have the power.
You've turned Argyle into a killer, so there's that.
Argyle's now a serial killer, and Slegnir's like, I'm an emo kid, and my horsehair now flops
Yes,
over
horsehair
one
just
eye.
blocks one eye.
blocks one eye, little purple.
Slegnir, when
slight
did you get eye
streaks
makeup?
Blocking one eye.
When did you get eye makeup?
He's
Yeah.
It's
listening
really
to My
weird how you
Chemical
only listen
Romance.
to Green Day now.
My Chemical Romance.
So, you hear an echo in your helmet, Steve, that you're wearing. As this echo rings
Great.
through your ears, it's almost like a phone ringing in our world, except it's not our world. It's Ysgard. That you hear a
All right,
ring going
it's my official helmet ringtone is Mexican Hat Dance from the old Samsung like block phones. Remember that?
on. I love it.
I'm gonna pick up. Obviously, it's in my headphones. So
Yeah, as you hear it, and all of a sudden you hear an echo in your head, and it's like, oh, Steve, you really got to try the spa. That's not what I was calling. Never mind. I wasn't going to tell you about the spa. Forget I said anything. So I think
Okay.
you're out to go see Jörgmundor, right?
sure, I guess that's the name. Yep.
You need to get a scale off of him, huh?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I was at the jacuzzi recently talking to some friends of mine. They were
Yeah.
telling me that it would seem that the fire giants are launching an attack.
Really? Yeah, on this place. That's what we've been told.
You know about this?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Oh, thank the gods, Steve. I'm glad we're on the same page. So if they're launching this attack, you can for sure go and try and march up this mountain and take out this 200-foot long flying dragon yourself. I mean, more power to you. I believe in you. I've believed in you since day one, since you wrapped your arms around me on the horse. But
Yeah, there was a touching moment for sure.
that was a moment, Steve. Never forget it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Think about you every day.
Aw.
But one thing you must know: if you were to walk in there with all of Jörgmundor's young flying around, I don't think you will all walk out alive. And I care about your future, Steve. Well, I care about this helmet and the spear you hold. And the axe.
I'm gonna look around slowly at the group and be like, how many of you think would make it out?
None of you would make it out. And I
Oh,
mean,
okay. All right, that's bad then. Okay.
Yeah, no. I think none of you would make it out. I think Jörgmundor is definitely stronger than all of you combined, including
That's
Sleuths.
fair. Yeah, between a deli manager, a detective, a robot lady, and an old cowboy, I believe you 100%.
Oh,
Yep.
100%. I mean, Slegnir
Robot
really,
lady.
when it came to Loki's children, Slegnir really got shit on in the deal. Just getting
No,
8
he's
legs.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's got a
he's
200
not
foot
been
flying serpent.
to say that his spirit is easy to break is, it's putting it mildly.
He's
Maybe
got a
I'm just
very-
really good.
He's got a very delicate ego, Steve. You got to be
No,
very
he
careful.
doesn't like t-shirts. If you for whatever reason you find yourself back on this plane of existence, don't give him a t-shirt.
Did you have a sense of humor with him, Steve? The horse has
I
no sense of
tried.
humor.
He has very little sense of humor. You could have told us that. I feel like really early on. It would have been helpful.
Steve.
It's been like 3 months.
Steve,
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, he hates these 3 things, all the 3 things we've been doing.
the
He
Swedish
hates
is about,
singing, he hates t-shirts, and he hates carts.
the Swedish is about to start, so you got to listen to me before I have to go, and I have
No, I
someone.
understand.
They're gonna be working on me in a second. You know where I store my stress, Steve?
In
My
your
butt. I
back?
store it in my left the upper cheek, just between the back and the cheek. Anyway, Steve.
It's very common among Vikings.
Well, yeah, that's where I store my stress. They're gonna work that out hopefully, but that's coming soon, so I got to talk to you soon, Steve. What happens next? I suggest you launch an ambush.
Okay.
Let
What
the
kind of
fire
ambush? You
giants
have
and the dragons kill each other. Let them slay each other left and right. Let blood
Okay.
and fire strewn the valley at this
Sure.
bottom base of the mountain. Jörgmundor will show up, and when Jörgmundor shows up, try and get a scale off of him in the heat of battle. You can hide behind the blood.
Could you tell me about the disposition of like Jörgmundor? Like, does he have any
Um,
likes, dislikes? She?
Never. We go with it. But
Yeah, for sure.
they pronouns.
Yeah,
Always pissed. We can definitely say Jörgmundor is always pissed. It's one
great.
of those
We can
traits
work
of
with that.
Flying Dragon.
Yeah.
Steve, are you angling for a third horse right now? This is too many animals that you are looking for.
Always pissed.
Drunk or
There
piss
has
mad?
been 2 broken horses, and I'm pretty sure Eugene is going to become neurodivergent anyways at this point with this.
Oh, no, I've got to let you go. My party's getting riled up because I'm
I
talking
have a
to you.
Swedish coming. Enjoy, and
Yeah.
I will see you later, Steve.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be
Yeah,
safe.
all right.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I got you, bud. All right.
Love you, Steve. And
I'm gonna hit the end call button on the
yeah,
helmet.
you hit the end call.
What do you mean? I heard you mention another animal that you're asking about. If we bring another animal into this group, I'm
No,
not
it's
doing this, Steve.
I'm asking about the dragon.
Are
You
you?
expect me to
you-
believe that after all the horses and shenanigans?
I
Exactly,
don't,
Zari.
and in all fairness, you absolutely shouldn't believe me. But Space Ghost Force Head guy said that we should probably wait for the fire giants. Remember how I had that idea that we should wait for the fire giants to come up here and attack this, and then do it? Space Force Ghost Head guy agrees that we need to set an ambush. He called it. It's not really an ambush so much as letting the fire giants do most of the dirty work for us, and then maybe trying to get a scale in the confusion.
Really weird that your own idea was also echoed by the only voice that can only be heard in your head again. That's so weird. I never
but he said
thought that.
apparently
You know
this
what?
is kind of a big deal.
I'm 3 sheets to the wind, and I'm smarter than that. I'll say as I hiccup and then go to finish the fire wine.
This is hashtag fake news for you. I understand. I do. But the Space Ghost was pretty insistent. I don't know if I could give you the helmet and then you could talk to him if you'd like. Maybe that's an option.
8,000% don't want to do that.
Reception is a little spotty up on the mountain sometimes, and he's in the middle of a Swedish, whatever that is. Something about his left butt cheek. I don't know really.
Apparently, Carl knows. Carl, are you a left butt cheek enthusiast?
Yeah, Carl.
Or massage
No, I just
enthusiast?
know what a massage is.
Okay.
But I did know that the stress is in his butt. I knew it.
I'm gonna like awkwardly lean to Carl, like I'm pretending
Is it
like
his
I'm leaning
butt
to the
or
rest
like
of the group.
his nose or something?
Yeah.
What?
So anyway, that's what he thinks we should do. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Set a little trap. Maybe give the horses a little mental break. They both seem to really need it right now.
Yeah, they
One's
always
trying
do.
to kill the other, so yeah, they definitely need it.
Yeah.
Well, we're at a fire giant mine, so whatever.
Oh, for the love of God! I can't. I say beer into my alchemy jug and hand it to him.
Oh, thank God.
You're in
You're gonna have such a rough
Gotta go
afternoon.
3 minutes without it.
You see 2 sentient beings walk up to you wearing one shirt. A elf and a dwarf both walk up to you all and say, by the way, we couldn't help overhearing. We could be of use. Would you like us to walk the horses and cart to the other side of the path so that no one would see you here? Maybe
hide it and get maybe a little secret camp going with some comfy bedding, maybe a little fire, a hidden stealth fire, obviously, and start some dinner. You know what I mean?
Stealth fire. You know what? Sure. I'm just gonna let that go. I have beer again. It's fine.
Fantastic. We'll do our best for you, Master Steve, both of us. And thank you all for letting us be yours. We
and cater to whatever Slegnir needs. He's in a bad headspace today.
Does he want the shirt back?
No, I really think not, but you could ask him. I would, you know what, get really close to his back leg and then ask him.
Oh, fantastic. I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean over to Zari. And be like, 100 to 1, they light the cart on fire for stealth fire. And I'm just gonna, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
And so I'm assuming we're gonna proceed. We're gonna proceed to wait.
Yeah, and you see that there is, you're standing kind of in the middle of a valley as you can look to your sides. It's hundreds of feet wide. You can look to, left, right, center. In front of you goes up a mountain kind of a thing, up a rocky path. Behind you is the direction you came out of the valley, the opening, and then the sides are kind of mountainsides that roll upwards. And so as you see, he brings... you see tall and short in the shirt walking Slegnir and Argyle with the cart out towards one of the sides, kind of over the cusp of the hillside so that they can park the cart and the horses right there. And they are going to start to create a small fire while you get stuff together. So you do see that there are large boulders and rocks that you can hide on the side of the face, like on the side on the left or the right, kind of a thing. Um, you can. There's definitely places to hide if you guys care to hide.
Okay.
Oh. We all hiding? We all start putting a shelter? What are we doing? Or are we just going to stand out here like you morons?
I'm gonna pull out my my playing card set and say, "Who wants to play cards?" Fire giants are. Yeah, sure. If the fire giants are marching and they're fighting all the flying dragons, they're not going to be looking at us. So it's time we play cards.
Very nice. And you'll have some time too. Once the battle starts, like it's gonna be, 100,000, or it's probably about 60,000 fire giants now, 70,000 fire giants, and probably about
Oh.
400 or 500 dragons. So um,
Well, I mean that's enough time to get a few rounds of spades in. There's four of us.
If you guys want to roll for who wins hands, you can definitely roll a d20 while you're playing cards, sitting off to the side.
Steve knows better than to play cards.
Very you see you have your playing card set already set up with your modifiers, so it's really hard to beat Brogan right now, as of course he's killing it with a 21. He wins the first
Selfish.
Yeah, I run wheels on it. I'm telling you, all the books running wheels.
As first hand ends, you look in the distance, and about an hour or so away, you see it looks like almost like the sun is starting to go down slightly. You see on the pink horizon a pink aura coming off of the horizon. And that pink aura looks like about an hour and a half away on foot is probably what looks like the fire giant berserker army marching forward as their heads are kind of giving off a flame that kind of accents another level of pink aura around the sun going down as they are marching up. And you guys get
Yes.
time for more cards if you'd like to roll another hand.
This is the Aurora Fire Alice. I've seen this. It's quite special.
It's like
It feels good.
Let's go again.
pink on pink on
All
pink.
right, let's go again. Play some cards.
As Zari rolls a 1,
Manji!
you somehow ended up with less cards than everyone else. Sorry. As
Manji, here we
Brogan
go.
wins again, the next hand, it's almost like he's got some advantage on this somehow, or some ability as he goes. And
Can I do an insight check to see if it's cheating?
sure,
I'm not. I just have playing card set as an actual skill.
Oh, I know, but this is what Carl's doing.
you can tell he's a hustler. He may not be cheating, but he's a hustler.
I'm one of those guys where I'm like, I lose to you a pool, and then on the second game I'm like, you want to play like $100 a ball?
As
You're not taking my damn money.
you hear from over the hillside, as about 20 minutes away, the army is, you see the fire giant army marching up. You hear from over the hillside, like, oh, no, ow, oh, this can't be good. No, ouch, oh.
That sounds like the short.
Yep. As you hear Short screeching from over the hillside.
Did he catch himself on fire?
I don't know.
I knew he was going to light the card on fire. I said this was going to be a thing. Damn it, Short. I will walk over, still half drunk. Short, what's going on?
As you walk over the hillside, you see he has the shirt him and Tall were wearing has now been singed partly. It's kind of hanging off of their body slightly, like it's hanging off of one arm of each of them as it got kind of burnt on the fire. As it would seem that he probably went up and asked the horse if the horse asked Slegnir if Slegnir wanted the shirt back, and got kicked into the fire, which burnt the shirt.
I'm gonna walk over to Slegnir. Slegnir, do you feel a little better?
Yeah, a little bit actually. Sometimes you forget you're the god of all horses until you can kick someone else in the face. Feels great.
I'm gonna ask Slegnir, like, look, but I know this has been tough for you, being relegated to this dude. Is there anything we can do to help? I mean, you're in the situation you're in, and you are gonna have to help us. But we don't want your spirit broken. We need that fighting spirit when the time comes.
Well, I think the fight will help. And also looks over at Argyle and says, "Can you have him give me some distance? Like, you think all horses just want to hang out together, but this guy, he just keeps following me around, won't leave me alone,
It's
constantly keeps
100%.
telling me
He's 100% trying to kill you. So I would like maybe keep an eye open for that.
Wonderful. Thank you. I think that would be I think that would be a noble move of you, Steve,
Yeah.
to separate him from me, just to give me some time to breathe and keep those elves the fuck away. That elf and that dwarf the fuck away from me. They're idiots.
That's because you guys are family. I'll scream. I'll scream as
In the
Me
night.
and him are talking, and then suddenly I see his face light up with a green light, and I know what happened.
As the axe blinks.
Emily!
Oh my god, this is the best magical weapon that's ever existed.
As you're now settling domestic squabbles within the party. You look over the hill and you hear screeching coming down from the mountain as hundreds of dragons are now flying down. Things escalated very quickly as they are all flying off of the mountaintop. You see hundreds of dragons completely flying down into this valley, and behind them, a 200-foot long sky serpent is now whittling its way like a snake through the sky, little fins off the sides. You hear a screech that echoes throughout all of the land, shakes the snow under your feet, makes the bones in your body rattle. And you all of a sudden see the engagement now of fire giant berserkers, all of them two shielded, now running as fast as they can at these dragons, as both dragons from the sky and fire giants from the ground now clash into each other, creating a mob of blood, fire, cold, poison, blood everywhere.
Well, it's time to pick the cards up. All right.
This was a fun game of sorry.
Was it sorry because you lost? Is that the game? Why?
No, Zari just doesn't understand games.
I'll explain it to you later, Zari.
Yep. Zari, an artificer,
I'll give up halfway
specializes.
through. It just has Eugene on her chest and is just petting him.
Just
She
playing
just
while
gave up
this
halfway
battle.
through.
Yeah, it's just a clash of like giants and dragons fighting in front of you. As axes are flying, shields are smashing in the face, dragons are now biting and throwing bodies around. As axes are slashing down on heads, and you see Jurgmundor goes in and flies straight through a line of berserkers and flies right back up. Give me a perception.
Uh-oh.
That one of those was someone that someone else might care about.
Very
Wow, I'm
nice.
rolling like terribly today.
Yeah,
Carl's eyesight's failing a little bit in this
you're
battle.
saving it for actual battle. Steve
I'm playing
and
with Eugene.
Brogan, you notice immediately inside right where the berserkers are meeting the dragons, you notice immediately that a fire giant had swung a shield, a berserker shield, against Jurgmundor with the spikes on the end of this berserker shield, because it's a whole shield with spikes out on the front of it. And literally, you see that there is some kind of large dragon scale spiked on to this shield as you are now staring at it, and they are now moving like a V into the middle of these dragons that are now fighting them.
Do we recognize the fire giant that spiked it?
Give a quick insight to see if you recognize the fire giant.
Oh, geez, you mean a skill? I'm not good at those.
A 14. It just so happens it's Zelda's shield.
Perfect. All right, it's time to do a little sneak, just like we used to. Let's mosey, baby.
What do you guys get up to now that you're seeing that? I mean, this is a mob. This is a whole valley filled with battle at the moment.
Steve's a little scared. He's not afraid to admit.
Ari is going to keep her eye out for any scale that flies off you're near the giant freaking dragon we're supposed to.
Did you say it appears the dragons are winning this? Did you say?
I'm gonna roll right now to see who's winning or losing.
And cast telekinesis.
Dragons
on the
are
dragon
winning
scale.
a little more right now. They are doing better.
Okay. Is Jörgmundor taking any damage, really?
You see that there is
damage?
one or two scales missing from Jörgmundor, but you only see the one on the field on Zelda's shield.
Okay. Boy, who's the stealthiest among us? I mean, I'm gonna say that out loud, and then I'm gonna be staring directly at Zari while I say it.
Oh wow, rude.
She's been the
Steve.
stealth guy. She's been the stealth person so far. She made off with the bulwark. I'm just saying, she's a proven reliable sneak.
I mean, I can cast invisibility on myself, so.
See?
Ooh.
Yeah, last time you did that, you hung from my neck, and then I got choked as we ran away.
I
from a
didn't
bunch of
cast
things that you
invisibility. Y'all
You know
did.
what? You know what?
I still don't know how you did.
Brogan, you got to stop treating this so much like a team and more like a family. Because with family values, that's how we're going to get through the. It's just I use the word family in this speech like five times, and my accent just continues.
You're a giant green glowing nerd. All right,
I'm 100% a nerd, but I am part of this family, and it like blinks for
Oh my god! Oh my god! Zari, if you go and you don't make it back, I volunteer to go next because I cannot family this family while I family.
It's a disco on his back right
It's
now.
turned into a rave show.
Yeah.
There's like one of the Sending Stone Media cameras is watching from afar like this battle, and you just see on the hillside like this green light just flashing
green,
rapidly.
purple, red. It just keeps flashing different colors on the hillside.
Fire Giants thinks that's Morse code or something. Like, what are they trying to say? Family.
If I'm sneaking, who am I sneaking to and what am I grabbing? Because
So you would see there
Your
is
girlfriend.
at the base of the mountain in the valley dragons that are lined on the ground attacking at the fire giants that are now in a V. You kind of see in the center of this mess in a V going through the center of the dragons. You see that there is Zelda, a berserker fire giant, holding her two shields up, and there is a spike from Jörgmundor's a spike of that is through one of the scales of Jörgmundor, and the spike is completely through the scale, and it is on the shield of Zelda as she's fighting in the middle, direct middle of the battle, as like dragons are flying overhead and everything like that.
okay, I am not going to get as close. I'm going to get up to 60 feet, hiding, if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna go 60 feet hiding.
Yeah, I'm going to basically get 60 feet away from the fight, hiding.
Okay, you can do so. Give me a stealth to see how well, unless you're invisible. You're 19.
It's not bad considering you got rave lights highlighting your every move here.
The background looks like you're walking away from an explosion, except it's an explosion of like a pixie exploded. Like it's like
It's an explosion of family.
yeah.
Family.
Looks like the Jersey Shore just exploded behind you.
That's my gun.
I know,
That's,
right? They're
no,
so
wrong
tied.
one.
They're so tied. So
moment I'm 60 feet away, I'm casting telekinesis onto that scale to pull it off.
very nice. And you had rolled a 19 stealth. That is perfect. So as you do so, you pull it off. Let me just read telekinesis. You gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures or an objects by thought. When you cast the spell, and as an action, each round of the duration, you can exert your will on one creature or object that you can see within range, causing the appropriate effect below. You can affect the target round after round, or choose a new one every time. If you switch targets, prior targets no longer. You can try to move a huge or smaller creature, make an ability check with spellcasting modifier. Yeah, you can telekinesis this. Yeah, you're fine. You're able to telekinesis the scale. It cannot make the save. So you are it's gonna fly off of the shield, and she feels the shield get pulled slightly, but it's battle. Things are moving everywhere. And as it gets telekinesis, it's moving in your direction.
It's moving back to the party. I'm going to keep going it that way as I go back up.
You
as
see
stealthily as I can.
immediately closest to you, about 60 feet away from the battle, a black dragon notices your position. Even with your 19 hide, they have a passive 19 perception.
Damn.
Notices you
Okay.
behind the rock, sees the scale fly behind the rock, and give me a sleight of hand real quick to see if you catch the scale or if it lands on the ground.
Oh, look, a skill that a sneaky person might be good at.
I have proficiency in it.
Which
Good.
a 13. I was hoping you would get a 15, which was the save on your telekinesis. And it flies right by you and lands on the ground as this dragon comes barreling towards your position now. I would like all of you to roll in to initiative.
Oh boy.
Well,
Passed it.
I blame the party for everything, as obviously being drunk makes me without fault.
As
I don't
a
make the rules. I just know how it works.
young black dragon is on the way to fight you now.
Initiative.
Click the token first. Don't forget to click the token. Ooh, I sauced it up on initiative.
So 1, 2, 3, and of course, Steve, it never works for you.
Did it even roll? I don't see my roll.
No, I
you
see
got a
you
16.
at 16.
Oh, I see it there. Yeah. Let me try again. Hold on. Click and initiative. There
It
we
worked.
go.
And so you got a 16.14.
Yeah, I'll put it in. I got you.
Awesome, I got you.
Oh, you got it. All right, perfect.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
quick with it. I have proficiency with initiative charts, with initiative order.
You've been dealing with me for over a year, and it's never worked out for me. So.
Yeah, it's never the first click. Never works. Brogan, you notice that this dragon is now flying towards Zari. You guys are about 60 feet away from Zari. Zari is and you're up top of a hillside. And Zari is 60 feet from you, and Zari is also now 60 feet from this dragon as it notice and start moving toward Zari. What do you get up to?
All right, well, perfect. I'm going to use Step of the Wind, burn a key point so I can make it there in a single round as a bonus action.
Love it.
Because, I'm neat like that, super stealth, quick guy. I'm not really at anything, but that's fine. So I will run as fast as I can. And as I go Super Saiyan speed, because I can also double my jump distance, I'm going to try to jump into the air and flying kick this dragon in the face.
Love it.
With a single attack. Hiya. That's not very good.
As you go to fly and kick it in the face, you just miss its face as you land in the snow right next to it.
Ha! You're not even a cool dragon. Dragonborn monk.
And that was your action. I think bonus. Do you want to? Well, I think it's an action for your staff if you were to want to also. But I would give it to you if you want to activate your staff.
Yeah, I will also mutter to my staff on my back here, superposition. We'll
Love it as the power of Schrodinger echoes through your staff. Roll me a 1d4 to see what your.
Don't I have to roll a d20 to see if it even works?
I was going with that, but I thought it was unbalanced. If like every other one it didn't work, I thought it would be unbalanced for you. So I think I think the one that would be the good negative for you is the pile of kittens. Other than that, yeah, we'll just roll a 1d4.
All right.
As a 3.
That's not the pile of kittens. Thank God.
Yeah, that is not the pile of kittens. Thankfully.
That's a Sabertooth Tiger. That's a win. We like 3.
Yeah, Sabertooth Tiger is a good one. And I'm going to get you the Sabertooth Tiger token so you can put that out. 2 seconds.
I kind of was enjoying the kittens.
Yeah, the kittens one was great because literally you guys you'd be fighting evils and all of a sudden
a little cat with a bowl of yarn would roll by.
Yeah, pile of kittens would just be chilling,
Oh my God, we're doing some bad stuff, and there's just like a box of kittens there, and they're all just like playing in the air. And it's like, oh man, this...
doom and gloom, and the devil is happening, and there's just a box of kittens.
And the kittens are like,
I'm gonna need to start rolling disadvantage on when the box of kittens is around or something.
And you'll see a Sabertooth Tiger token right next to you, right next to Steve's token, above your lion. And you can hold shift, double click on that Sabertooth Tiger, and you now have that to command on your turn also.
Neat.
So we'll get that in there as your Sabertooth Tiger. Well, now that you stand there, slam your staff down with all the power of STEM programs, you now have a Sabertooth Tiger right next to you.
Yeah, buddy.
And you can roll for the attack.
Lucky I didn't kick it.
Yeah, you're good to attack with it too.
Oh, sweet. The Sabertooth Tiger is totally going to make an attack. It's pretty excited. Since I leapt past it, it is going to run up and try to hit it with a claw attack. Because it doesn't have 20 feet to move, so it can't pounce, but it is going to attempt a claw.
Love it. And a 17 will just miss, as 18 is the AC.
Oh God.
Well, that's unfortunate. But me and Mr. Mittens here are about to do some damage, so we're not afraid.
Get a Mittens. Zari, you are up. Seeing Mr. Mittens and Brogan jump into the fray as this dragon starts moving towards you. It's 60 feet away.
Cool. I will pick up the scale in the bag of holding. Yell at Brogan, let's just go. And bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat.
Very nice. Pace, when you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can make a dash action. Okay. So you're gonna take a dash as your turn. So you're gonna move 30, dash 30, and then dash 30 again.
Yeah, I'm going back to the group.
Sure.
One dragon, and then there's going to be more. I'm good. I yelled at Broken to let's just go.
Come on.
Steve, you see Zari starting to run by you, saying, let's just go, as Brogan runs in with the Sabertooth Tiger and gets in the fray.
Yeah, he's going for it. I'm going to back up my boy Brogan. That's how it is. I'm going to take the axe off my shirt. Going to use my bonus action. Is Sleipnir near me? Can I get on Sleipnir?
Yeah, you can definitely get on Sleipnir, for sure.
All right. I'm going to bonus action, start to enrage here, and hop on Sleipnir and charge at this thing. As I'm riding, like, I rip my button shirt open, like, theatrically. The buttons kind of go everywhere, so my shirt's open, just like so the cameras can see my middle-aged gut and like weird patchy chest hair. Clearly have not gotten any sun for many months. Battle axe out, and when I get to this dragon, I'm going to take a big swing at it.
Very nice. As you go to take a big swing at it, and your axe of the Fast and the Furious comes down. We can even say with Sleipnir, you can move into a position that would be flanking if you wanted to.
Okay, 19. Perfect.
Yeah,
I like that.
So with me and the cat on two sides.
And obviously, as I'm swinging, I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, Brogan, I got you," because this is family.
Whoa.
And it
you know what?
It all lights up. It's because I'm using it for its intended purposes. It's staying green and just like.
Steve's shirt turns green. I don't care what color it was.
Anyway.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the rage damage, obviously, and an extra D12 because this thing now has to watch all the Fast and the Furious movies.
All at once.
All at once.
Oh, it gets stuck on Tokyo Drift on repeat. Take that, nerd.
Not handling it well. Handling it well.
And because I'm a level 5 giant, I don't remember what the ability is called, but I just get a second attack. It's just called extra attack. Hilarious. Yep. Great.
Yeah,
all right.
I did because I had to run really far.
You just did 20 damage in that one shot.
This great axe isn't messing around, people.
28 plus the rage again.
The 8,
plus the rage.
9, 10. Love it. Yeah. Minus another 10.
And I don't. Do I get the damage for the family thing again, or do I have to say it again? If this is where it's your
It would be
homebrewed
3
item, it's up to
uses.
you.
So you
Okay.
can say it again, and it would do. You can do the damage again. It's just
I'm not going to have to say it again because the axe understands it's about family right now, but I will use one of the other uses.
Love
So,
it as again. So literally the problem with this is now in 3 seconds it's now watched all of the Fast and Furious. In 6 seconds it's now twice watched all of the Fast and the Furious.
it's sad about Paul Walker. It's really over Vin Diesel. It's just through a roller coaster of emotions right now.
Wow.
Hobbs and Shaw shows up. He's confused.
37 damage on this black dragon.
Yeah. And the camera, I kind of bug for the camera a little bit after such a big thing, and like let it take in all that is Steve. You know what I mean?
Floating around. It's loving.
Yeah.
It's loving the action. You've now got
The
2
camera
sending
loves
stones
Steve.
on you, with all the speed of Ludacris and the fury of Michelle Rodriguez. You have just struck this dragon in a terrible position. As it now looks at you, it looks over at Brogan. It has a choice on who it's going to use its breath at. I'm going to roll odds for Brogan and the Sabertooth, evens for you. Odds, Brogan. There is all of a sudden acid breath flying in your direction as acid just spits out of its mouth. At first you think it's getting sick, but it's not. It's just acid breath as it sprays all over towards Brogan and the Sabertooth. Brogan, as this acid breath flies all over you, it's a 30-foot line. And it's only 5 foot wide. So Brogan, just at you, give me a dexterity saving throw.
You think you're cool? I'm also a green half dragon. Like, what is that going to do, nerd? I sneeze harder than that. I make a dexterity saving throw.
23, you take half damage. It was 49, so you take 24.
Are you not resistant to acid?
I was going to say, do I actually take that much?
Are you green?
Being a green dragon? Yeah.
Then you're resistant to acid, so that would be 12 damage.
All right, cool. So he breathes on me. I basically shrug it off, and I'm like, nerd.
It bothers you so little, you actually bag up a little bit of it for the next taco night.
Yeah, and you just hear
I'm like, this is spicy fire giant food.
Yeah.
This is green chili. You're welcome.
Yeah. Literally, he did not know that you made fire chili the night before, and that you've seen a lot worse than his problems that he's having right now. As he gives that bubble burp where it's like, and stares at you. Carl, you are up.
Did you not see our scales were the same color? Like, what does he do?
Carl, you are now up as you are like at the top of this hill area, looking down, seeing the action start below you. And you see on the horizon, the sun is just starting to go down. It is not down yet.
Okay. Since the sun's not down yet, I'm going to pull out my gun and go, sun's out, guns out, and do my Sailor Moon transformation of suntan.
Steve is going to cheer for Carl as soon as he hears that, wave his axe.
Yeah, everyone starts cheering, even the dragons. No, it's they see,
oh my god, it's suntan moon. It's like Sailor Moon.
Your nose gets zinked all of a sudden. You smell like coconut rum and suntan lotion. It's all of a sudden you're in a neon tank top now, wearing your cowboy hat still, and for sure are ready to fire.
Okay. I'm gonna let me check to see what the distance is for my pistol. Because I'm not sure.
You can do 60 without disadvantage.
60? Oh.
Yeah, easily with a pistol. Yeah, without disadvantage.
Okay. Then I will shoot at the dragon and just be like, you dumb fire breathing thing, get out of here.
And it 18 as the bullet just goes wide. Just goes
18
wide.
was it? I thought 18 was it.
Wait, no. It is. Hold on 1 second. 18 is its AC. You're 100% right. My bad. You're so much better at DMing than I am.
Nice hit. Don't say that.
No, that's not true.
Not that you're not wonderful,
well, no,
Carl.
It's not that it's not true. We're not No one's comparing.
I'm not DMing yet.
Yeah, and you got it right and I got it wrong, and thank you for the correction. I think that's how this goes. Perfect hit. Perfect hit.
Do I roll something else for my repeating rifle, or?
The repeating means you don't have to take an action to reload. So if you get 2 attacks this turn as a fighter, you would be able to get 2 attacks with your pistol.
Okay. Well, I'll do an action surge and make another shot.
Well, I think as a fighter at level 5, you have 2 attacks, so you'd be able to make another
Did we
shot.
level up?
The only
I don't think you guys told me if I leveled up. I'm
Sorry,
still
we
level
did not
4.
tell you we are now at level 5. Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't get a second one is because I made an extra bonus action to run and base it. Everyone else should have gotten 2.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get 2. Sorry about that. We are at level 5. My bad. I forgot about that.
That's okay. So can I still make the second attack then
Yeah,
without
go
doing
for it.
action
You can
surge?
make your second attack, and you don't even have to action surge it.
Cool.
You can action surge, and it'll give you 2 more. The 17 does not hit.
Okay. Now I will action surge and I will do 2 more.
Gotcha.
Okay.
18 hits for another 4.
And I'm actually going to add a grit point to that. And I'm going to do what was it? A dazing shot.
Love it. What kind of a roll do I have to make?
You have to make a
Is it a wisdom or
a constitution saving throw.
Con? Gotcha. 13.
I don't know what it would be for
Your spell save.
So that's
is it a
8 plus
spell?
your proficiency plus your appropriate ability.
Yeah, it would
8
be.
plus my proficiency.
Oh, I can't tell. Sorry. Yeah, it would be 8 plus your proficiency plus what your pistol gets a 1d10 plus 3, I think.
Yeah.
Plus your proficiency, so that would be a 3 plus a 2. So it would be 8, 9, 10. It would be
he just
13.
Made it. I think
So
it's
he just meets it.
13, yep.
Yeah, he just meets it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do my final shot.
That hits.
Ooh.
And it recharges.
So total that's 6 plus 4, that's 10, plus 9, that's 19 damage.
As 19 damage comes out and bullets just start flying, pew pew pew, as it feels like summer, actually. And it hurts the dragon more than anyone else. Like a bad can and a downer on an awesome Jersey Shore day.
GTL, baby.
There are no gains on this dragon. All gains for Carl. Brogan, you are up.
I center myself as I prepare to go hard in the paint. And here comes the staff for a flurry of blows, which will then be coupled by an additional flurry of blows, 1 for each set of attacks. So it's going to be 6 attacks in total. And we're going to go quarterstaff of love for the first 3.
With Steve, 23 hits, 24 hits. So it's 11 plus 7, that is 18.
And then we're going to bring the next 3. Ooh, for 3 more hits. We like it like that.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
7.
Steven Seagal, wherever he is proud. That's all I'm going to say.
27. Jeez Louise.
We bring the noise, and then as I burned all my key points, which are my attacks, but also my additional actions, I couldn't Hunter's Mark, but the Sabertooth Tiger can make a full attack as well for Claw, Claw, Bite.
Yep.
So the Sabertooth Tiger is going to full attack with Claw, and then Bite. Oh, and
Professor
he's all
Mittens.
3 too, baby.
Professor Mittens, clutch.
Professor
That's
Mittens,
right.
that's the name now.
Mittens
Professor.
is bringing the noise for 27 more.
He just got his doctorate.
That's right.
Wow. Doctorate
That's right,
in pain.
baby.
Because he's bringing this guy to school. He's obviously a PhD.
Jeez.
Mittens only knows how to do one thing, and it's how to bring people into the house of pain because he jumps around.
Yeah, oh my
he's actually
gosh.
schooling all of us in the process without us knowing.
Got his player hating degree right here. Jeez.
Mitt's daddy, baby. We just do like
Sorry,
60
you are
damage.
up. You think one of the stars winks at you in the sky, Brogan, after all those wonderful hits? Exactly. It's
Yeah,
majestic.
it's the cat star up there being like, is it a star? Is it not a star?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you don't
The
know. It's
Schrodinger
just you
star,
feel
baby.
it. Zara, you're up.
All right. I turn to Carl and go, let's see if I can match that damage from Suit Mall of 1984. Oh.
As the firebolt just goes wide and fizzles in the snow, lands right near Slegnir as he looks at you, perturbed.
Jump around. Jump.
He looks at you now,
Doing
perturbed.
great. Why am I here?
Uh,
You're the moral rock of this group. That's why you're here. Sorry.
You're like, our job was to do this thing. You did the thing, and then everyone else is like, no, we're going full Leroy. Excuse us.
Yeah, we had a tea party and we put on a concert.
You know, could have just left, but we all just, everyone else wanted to fight. It's fine. We're
And
fine.
what do you get? So you
Fine.
firebolt, and then
Sorry,
is
just
there?
starts crying.
Yes. Don't really have a bonus action ability other than I'll just command Triple A to start running. He's going to take his time, but if the dragon pulls one of them over to drag them back to me so I can heal them.
Okay. And you will see that we have both tall and short chasing around AAA. Like you commanded AAA, but they don't know it, so they're trying to catch him, thinking he's trying to run away. Like they think the dog just got out, kind of a thing. So you see the
Tort! Quit chasing my dog!
What? He's leaving. He's on his way out.
I told him to.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Oh, we're so sorry, Master Zari.
They just trip over the shirt because it's too long somehow.
I give Tort that dad look, like when you know he knows you're supposed to be acting right, but he don't say anything. He just looks at you like
the angry dad.
Love it.
Sideways, big eyes, like you know better, Tort.
Yeah. As you see, Tall responds to that look immediately. As he's trained very well. Steve, you are behind this dragon.
I am. All right. So the axe is still lit up because we've got family, baby. And I'm gonna take a swing at this thing with advantage. Oh, the first swing misses. It's a bad look for Steve. Second swing hits.
22 hits for 9.
With rage,
Rage
and
plus 2.
And let me make him watch these damn movies again. Four.
Oh no, he gets the cowboy one.
Yeah, you actually see him muttering the words before it happens in the film. He's starting to get the catchphrases and understand what's happening. For 15.
Next time he speaks, it's going to be with a little bit of a Vin Diesel accent to
He's
him.
sitting there at the end of 2. He's like, "Doctor says I got a high metabolism."
With the fury of Vin Diesel dropping a gear, power sliding.
Now that the charges are out of my axe, you're going to see the light, the light that says family. It's going to go a very dim green instead of bright, and the axe handle starts blinking a little red light that says low nos.
Low. It says low nos. You see the spinners start spinning slower, like on it.
Steve has never used all the charges before, so he's going to look at it perplexed for a minute.
So what happens when he doesn't double clutch?
Yeah, that's right. Not double clutching like you should. And that's Steve's turn. I don't really have a useful bonus.
He looks back at you, Steve, does not get his breath weapon back, and is going to bite and then claw at you. An 8 and crit 27 for 17 damage as his claw comes swiping across your chest.
Sure. Steve lets out what can only be described as like a middle school girl scream now that this thing's attention is on him. But Steve, however, is resistant to that type of damage. So if it was 17, then he's going to take 8 damage, I believe.
And
Slegnir maintains his composure, then looks up at Steve and is like, "Really?"
Steve looks away from the cameras like in embarrassment.
In sheer embarrassment. The camera does see it happen, catches it all, and if you were in Waterdeep watching right now, you would start seeing slow-mo shots of Steve's chest getting cut open, and another camera looking over to Tall the elf, touching his exposed nipple slightly, and then it goes back to Steve getting slashed, and it goes back.
You mean
Camera
Short the
pans
elf?
back to looking on in awe as elf, or as Tall the elf is staring on, behind Carl. Carl, you are up.
Yeah,
He's
we
gonna
need to get
lactate
rid
on
of
you.
them real quick now. I'm done.
We never get cool
Oh, done. I'm gonna
NPCs.
shoot
They're
'em.
always so awful.
I don't know why you'd say that.
You gave us an egotistical horse, a suicidal horse, a dude really into feet, a cat that won't stop trying to attack us, and now
Look,
these two guys.
The only cool NPCs we get show up for one session. It'll be like Steven Seagal, Neon. Like all the cool ones we get show up for one session, and then they're like, "We can't do this because we're useful. Goodbye."
But we've had Feet Guy and the character assassination
Rats,
from
yeah.
Feet Guy naked hugged me twice. Twice.
I'm sorry I interrupted your turn,
at
Carl.
like an
I apologize.
amazing retirement home. All right.
As everyone's sharing a reminiscent moment, and Carl is looking down the sights of her sun's out, guns out, pistol repeating shot. What goes on in Carl's head?
Carl accidentally catches sight of Short. Sorry, I had to put it in my head, tall and short. Of Short touching himself and just like, okay, I'm done. She's just gonna take a couple of shots at the dragon.
Love it.
Something to blame it on now if you miss at least.
I was hoping for a shot at Short, but that's fine.
Be like shooting a
And
milk
that
carton.
didn't go.
The 13 the 13 blows right by the dragon's neck.
My hate for you burns like the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns.
That'd be the name of this episode, like shoot your milk carton and have everyone be
Shoot the milk
confused for
carton.
most of the episode.
The first shot misses.
He'd just go down and it would just be waving around, squirting milk
Just it's like a Tarantino film, but replace the blood with milk.
with milk.
Okay, I'm gonna use my second shot to shoot now.
Oh God! I'm sorry, we're turning your turn into a disaster, Carl.
Your second shot comes out, and are you shooting it short or
that hit.
the dragon?
You got him that time. That was a nice hit.
And that was for the dragon or short?
I really wanted to hit short, but it actually is a 19.
Yeah,
I'll hit the dragon.
As it hits the dragon, it literally, you see this bullet go right through its skull. Tell me what this looks like as the dragon drops to the ground.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
So the bullet's gonna be like a slow-mo bullet, like it goes really fast and goes and then stops. It's like you're seeing it spin really slowly. And then it goes really fast again right through the dragon's skull. And then the dragon just falls out of the sky right on itself.
Right down immediately, falls out, and you see its head just land right to the side. You see its chest puff up slightly as a little bit of acid flies right out of its mouth all over the snow on the ground right in front of Steve. And
I try to catch it. I'm like, oh my God, yes, spicy.
You now have
short now.
green snow cone in your hand. And are able to walk back up the hill. Zari, you're now holding the Jurgmundor scale.
Yeah.
And we are out of initiative.
I'll look at it, see what it can do.
As you look at it, you see this scale. It seems to be different lights. You look at it, it has different colors of possible different chromatic colors. Possibly like a representation, this scale, if you were to think about it with your investigation of 21, this is some kind of representation of all colors of dragon. Like this is one of the forefathers, possibly, of flying serpents, possibly dragons, in this world. Um,
A
Big deal.
kaleidoscale.
and it's a kaleidoscale. Perfectly, yeah, perfectly put. A
Is it like
kaleidoscale.
Dragon Tales when they have that huge scale that's just rainbow color?
Oh yeah. And it just looks,
Yeah.
you can see multiple colors in it. It's about 1 foot tall by 1.5 feet wide, kind of a thing. It's kind of cracked on one side where it was broken off of his body or its body, their body. Um,
Steve is gonna hop down off of Slegnir and go up to where the dragon's head is and do like that pose that like every terrible hunter does during their show with like the head. He's like holding the head and looking at the camera, posing. Yeah, you gotta. This is for the Tinder pic.
Very nice, and everyone in
Yep.
Waterdeep is enjoying it. As you start to see that up on the hillside, as you're doing it, you look behind Carl and you see the two, the dwarf and the elf, sharing a shirt still, where both one arm are in the sleeve together, but the other it's cut, so they're both bare chested. And you both see them waving their arms at you, saying, Master Brogan, Master Steve, Master Zari, Master Carl, we don't mean to rush you, but there's something to see over here.
All right, I hop on Mittens and I'm like, Mittens, let's go. Short, put your nipples away.
And
Creeper.
you see he puts one hand over his nipple and the other one's covered by the singed shirt, so it's just one hand over his nipple as he's starting to move.
I will
I'll
ride
hop
the
on
Sabertooth
Slegnir and
Tiger
ride
up.
over as well.
Very nice.
Can I
pick up
shoot
Carl.
short?
You pick up Carl, just like, let's go, honey. You
Yeah,
scoop
because
her
I
up
have
in
this
the gym
infantry
tan laundry
going.
outfit.
Carl, you get
That's
manhandled
fine.
a lot in a non-consensual way in this campaign.
That's
All we
why
can
I wanted rule. That's why I wanted rule 2, which is don't touch without consent.
all we can see is that now Zari and Carl both smell like rum and coconut. And Zari's like, I gotcha. And Carl's just la.
I'm like really steady, and I'm gonna shoot short.
Oh god.
You're gonna
I'm
shoot
doing it.
Short?
Let's
All
go.
right. You pull out
Yeah.
your gun. You see Short in front of you. He's got his hand over his nipple.
Oh, God. You're gonna murder Short on live television.
On live
It would
television,
have
the
been live
gun comes
television
out.
whenever I did it.
Yep. Online sending Stone-O-Vision.
I wanted her to kill him when we were fighting the dragon, to be honest.
A stray bullet. You don't know how it happened. It just happened.
Yeah,
It was-
Misfire.
the misfire.
Oh no! How did this happen?
One is a negligent discharge, and it's totally allowed if you air quote it.
It somehow bounced off a boulder and hit him right in the nipple.
Bounced off the dragon's scales. It was just too much. As you start to go over the side of the hillside, you see both Short and Tall are now waving you over, saying, this can't be good. You see that large black mass coming down in the three moonlight? Because you see three moons in the sky now as the sun's gone down. And also, Carl, you're starting to notice your nose as the sun is going down is getting less and less zinced. And your jacket is coming back more and more over your shoulders, like it's almost like fading into existence now.
God.
Yeah, it's like, for decency's sake, Carl, put your jacket on. It's
In a
cold out.
You don't.
snowstorm, and I'm wearing a
You're
tank
suddenly
top.
losing the urge to drink 4 Loco to excess.
Yeah.
We're in a snowstorm, and I'm wearing a tank top. I've been freezing for the last 10 minutes.
100%.
I don't want to only bench.
You're
135
kept
and
warm
scream
by
how
the
big
pure
I am.
power of Chad. We promise.
Give a perception. As your hair is getting less and less gelled, each of you can give a perception, as Carl's hair is dripping gel out now. It's completely.
I'm really
bleeding
sad
out.
about the
I miss the smell of
gel's nice.
coconut when it's gone. I really do.
Still don't know what a coconut is.
Carl, you're the only one who noticed this large mass that's moving towards your position. It would seem that this is a mass of giant snow wolves
Oh, great. That's what we
moving
Oh
need.
god.
on the way to your position. They must have gotten word that the armies were in battle and are now trying to third party what's going on. They're coming from the other side of the mountainside, roving over the hills, and they're about 2 hours distance away as the dragon battle rages. Behind you, you look and you see a 200-foot tall by 200-foot long wolf leading the charge.
Great.
And
So we need something from this wolf, right?
yes, From
I
Fenrir,
need
you're gonna
full
need
of thinner.
you're gonna need a vial of drool from Fenrir.
Oh, I'm sure he'd
Yeah, I
just
have
give
the
it if we
vial.
asked.
Yeah, but he's just gonna give it up.
He's
We
just
could
giving up.
we could probably just wait and then walk back to where he's run through and just scoop the drool up. I mean, it's in
Or
snow. It doesn't
you ready for
disappear.
Steve plan number 1 for the night?
Make him a delicious sandwich.
We cover the entirety of Tort in something distasteful. Send them out there. He just like grabs them and chews on them a little bit and then spits them out, solving the Tort problem, and we get the drool.
How can you complain about shooting one of them
Yeah,
when you want to serve them up?
because this serves a purpose for our mission.
I was thinking.
I don't know how you don't
we-
see the difference.
I was thinking we
I'm
could
sure
go like
Court would
overcooked
really like
round
it if we
two.
just said, go get the spit, and they're just gonna be like spit on me from like the wolf or something. It's gonna be gross.
You know, there's probably a kink in there that I don't know about, but that's okay. I just wanted us to do a cooking thing. We could have done a little cooking show. Fed him. He could have
Fenrir?
drooled on stuff. I bet we would have killed it.
Is he sentient enough to understand a cooking show?
He would understand a cooking show. He just no opposable thumbs, so he doesn't get down with. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, understood.
yeah. It's watching
You don't need thumbs to eat chicken tendies, all right?
Also, I'm pretty sure he knows me because I buried my axe in him at one point.
Yeah.
So during the big battle.
Noticing this, Carl's just gonna go, ow, into the wind. See what happens.
Ow into the wind and see what happens. The wind howls back,
We're
but
all
it's
gonna die.
more like 100,000 howls back.
Good. That's super.
That's terrifying.
Super duper.
I'm gonna get Eugene to do it too.
Yeah, as
Eugene is also howling.
The Sabertooth
But
Tiger
his is
licks
just like,
Eugene.
I'm gonna look at the neon, the seeing stone and be like, neon Steven Seagal. If anyone's out there that's still in this plane, it's looking like we're gonna need some help. Not saying it'd be a bummer if you showed up. So
does anybody have any nos?
I'm
gonna hold up my axe.
We are out of nos.
Into the sending stone. All of a sudden, next to you, you see a slight rip in reality. Same kind you had seen before, where a head pops itself out. And as a head pops itself out, looks over at Brogan, looks at Steve, and looks around, says, "Whoa." And that is where we end today.
I love it. I'm excited to woe back next episode.
Damn it, Neon, woe yourself into help.
I'm gonna give him more pills.
We were talking about possibly doing a confession at the end of each of the games now, or during, per se. Would you guys want to do one now, or you want to start that next week? It's up to you.
I'm down for either.
Awesome, let's do it. Roll me a d20. The person with the lowest roll is going to go first to give a reality show style confession of how you feel about today.
Oh, roll 20. Sorry.
You just rolled initiative. It's like, meh. So Brogan is going to be the first one. If you want to give a minute or two confession like you are in a booth on a reality show and it's just you there.
All right, so I'm going to sit down in front of the camera and be like, well, everything here got real weird. We have 2 new slaves that I apparently invited. I think that's still up for debate, but regardless, everyone's being weird. One of them leaks nipple juice. The other one, I don't know what his deal is. And frankly, I am super excited about Mr. Mittens, and I want him to stay, and I'm sad that he might not for the entirety of this, as he is great. One final note. I think it is worth mentioning that Chef Brogan will also be making an appearance next week. I think I'm going to be cooking up something great. And then he's going to wiggle his head like he's thinking he's fancy, and that will zone out.
Very nice. As the viewers at home on Sending Stone Media are excited to see what you cook next. Zari, as the somehow, I mean, again, you're in a frozen tundra at the moment. In reality, a rip in reality just happened where Neon just poked his head out. But Zari, you are now entering the confession booth, where you get
Yeah.
to make your reality show confession.
Oh, we got the scale. We got the other thing. We're now about to get drool. So far we're doing good. I haven't died yet, which is a plus, and I haven't needed to do healing, which is another plus. So hopefully this streak continues.
And as you walk out of the booth, if you were in Waterdeep currently, you would be hearing the viewers at home being like, "I don't believe her. I'm not convinced. She might be the first to die. I don't know."
I believe that too. Don't worry.
They're all taking bets at home. They're not convinced. But they're watchers. They're in it. After you leave the confession booth, it is now Carl's turn to walk into the confession booth.
I hope they do it cabin in the woods style when they bet on how everyone's going to die.
So Carl's gonna be like, she's just coming in and sit down, and she's gonna be like, well, there's wolves now, and then that's it.
And it's like the rest of it's a minute of it just staring at your face. Like
Giving straight Wyatt Earp vibes, like eyebrows doing stuff, hat tipping down,
Just cleaning my gun.
awkwardly being
Like,
Jim
I'm done with this.
yeah,
jacket.
you're just cleaning your gun. Like you don't even care that
Carl
they're
has
there.
no idea what reality TV is. I think that's it. Because Carl probably never had a TV. So she has no idea what she's doing. She's just like wolves, and then just starts cleaning her gun until she's told that she can leave.
Very nice. Yeah, and
I mean, she's old as hell, so that makes sense.
Yeah, a minute and a half later, the producers are like, "You can leave the confession booth. You're good. Like you can get out."
What?
Yeah.
The head peeks through again, and it's like, Carl, please leave.
Yeah.
Please leave.
Steve, you pass Carl
Where's
on
the
the way to the
buffet?
confession booth.
So yeah, Steve's gonna go in. He's kind of an old man. He's not real good with newfangled technology. So he awkwardly he doesn't realize he's on camera the whole time. So he's like taking his time. He like puts his axe down and like puts it just so, and he sits down and he waits for someone to prompt him. And then finally like someone comes and prompts him, says it's your turn to confess. And he doesn't understand that he's supposed to be talking about the show. So he starts confessing details about like putting his thumb on the scale in the deli and like labeling stuff as organic when it absolutely wasn't organic. They interrupt him again and they're like, "No, Steve, about this, like what you just went through." He's like, "Oh, right. Oh, okay." He says, I didn't know elves lactated." He's gonna get real quiet for a second and be like, he's like, they told me I had to be better with this kind of stuff, but it's just weird and I want to talk about it, but they say I can't talk about it. Helped kill a dragon today, so that was great. Got this cool scar, and he'll open up his he's got his patchy chest here. He's obviously very excited to show it off. He's gonna say, now there's a lot of wolves coming. I don't know. I'm out of nos. I need more nos. He's gonna say as he walks out of the booth.
I really hope we run into a character assassination rat that just runs up to Steve and goes, "Ah!" and screams like a little girl and then runs away. Like it doesn't even make fun of you. It just runs up, shrieks, and then leaves.
The final, as you walk out, you see that there is tall and short both walking over into the confession booth.
Oh God!
As
Oh
they
God!
do,
Oh, they're gonna make out or something.
Yeah.
that is where we actually end today, as they close the
Great.
door, walking into the confession booth. So thank you
It's gonna
guys for
get weird
today.
in there.
You all
Thank
rocked it.
God.
You did a great job today. Killed it, each of you. 110%. Thank you. Our cast was amazing. So, all of our viewers, you were amazing, and the chat was lit up. You guys rocked. Thank you all. You can check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, or on Twitch. It's Adventure Highway. Hit up our Twitter, and send out our links, and we'll give you shout outs, or give us suggestions, give us comments. We'll give you shout outs. Anything you guys want to plug before we jump off?
No, just thanks everyone for watching. Keep the suggestions coming. Keep the comments coming. Like we like to hear from you guys for sure. So please keep it up. We love that we're entertaining people here.
It would also be a really fun idea if you guys have a great suggestion for another weird NPC, because apparently we just rack them up here. If you guys have a weird NPC option, you know what? We'll freaking take them. This is apparently the circus of
Wait,
shenanigans.
tell me that this lactating elf was somebody's idea. Tell me that.
No,
I will
don't
write
know.
it was
this.
my
I will
idea.
write this person a letter.
But if you guys have another great idea for a shenanigans NPC, we'll
Yeah.
freaking take them.
If you have a
Yeah,
great-
but
You know
named
Blake will
Nos.
use it. Rest
I'll
assured.
use it. Yeah, the lactating elf was my idea, but if you come up with a better one, please give it to me.
Oh Lord.
Please
Can we
give
have
it
an
to me.
NPC named Nos? Because Steve keeps saying we need more
Yes.
Nos, and just have a guy named Nos show up.
I want it to be like a goblin then. It needs to be like a super annoying, like small
Super
guy that's just
annoying,
like, here I am, boss. And then like it farts or something. Like
Always
it's not
yells like "turn it up," something like that.
good.
But
Oh my god, yeah. Or-
DJ.
His
We're
name
on
is
a
actually
lemon.
going to be Luda
Yes.
Ludacris.
he's
It
the out
gives
of
the
work
Beavis
DJ.
face. He's like, haha, boss, we're on 11.
Anyway, thank the cast. Thank you guys. Everyone rocked it, and we will see all of you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. On Adventure Highway. And
Yeah,
we'll see
see
y'all
you
later.
next Tuesday. Good job, Blake.
Cheers.